Sri Lanka to be followed by the Dominican Republic. Sri Lanka, please.
Mr. Chairman, capacity building in the sphere of cybersecurity is a shared responsibility. As with all cross-border security threats, vulnerabilities in systems in one country can affect commercial and supply chains globally. Cyber capacity building can strengthen a country's legal, technical, and policy capability and protect against malicious cyber activity. We must appreciate the context, then define what we have need to achieve, then adapt to the local conditions, proceed to seek sustainable, affordable solutions, attempts to add value, and finally be prepared and be ready for sudden contingencies. We have endorsed in this assembly a set of capacity building principles. Focusing on process, partnerships, and people, the principles recognize the need for increased cooperation. We all appreciate, without demur, that building national cyber capacity enhances a country's ability to detect, investigate, and respond to threats. Therefore, supporting cyber capacity building is a sine qua non to creating a cyberspace that works for all. In stakeholder engagement, the private sector actors in the cyber sector are key partners. With the robust, fast, innovating private ICT service sector globally, public-private partnerships in efforts to ensure cybersecurity and skills transfer are one of most importance. Therefore, capacity building in this sector should coordinate efforts with all stakeholders, including sharing information of threats, best practices, and other cooperative measures to understand complex cybersecurity issues. Having regard to the need to consolidate the 5 pillars of integrity of data in its original form, availability for authorized parties, identity, authenticity, data confidentiality, and non-repudiation. We believe it is important to engage with the compendium of private sector actors who may contribute to this open-ended working group. Such engagements may form the basis to build partnership with member states going forward, and such partnerships could be centralized through the UN system if necessary. Building national cyber capacity enhances countries' ability to detect, investigate, and respond to threats. Therefore, supporting cyber capacity building is essential to creating a cyber space that works for all. Tailored capacity building efforts responding to national needs would be the necessity. The policy of Sri Lanka is to develop into a digitally transformed country that goes hand in hand with the necessary safeguards. Domestically, Sri Lanka is working on developing ISO's capabilities based on cybersecurity skills framework developed by Sri Lanka CERT. Several initiatives are in place for capacity building of human resources, including work towards developing a national cybersecurity capacity building strategy for public sector employees. Sri Lanka is also working on widening skills in cybersecurity by exploring the possibilities of utilizing big data and analytics to have better insights into incidents, clearly set out roles and responsibilities for stakeholders, intensify efforts to create strategies that can mobilize all actors, develop sustainable knowledge sharing mechanisms, and prepare a robust framework to understand the common interest with all the major stakeholders. While ensuring the security in the cybersphere, the matter of access to cyberspace may also be discussed under this topic of capacity building. The digital divide permits populations across all demographic profiles is most of the developing world at these different levels, including income, gender, age, education, and language of different communities. It is also an economic specific issue that exacerbates the lack of access, curtailing opportunities. While we saw an admirable rapid transfer of delivery from in-person to e-learning in response to COVID-19 pandemic, we must be recognize the impact of myriad factors that impact access to digital learning, from low-income households, lack of facilities to participate in e-learning, and heightened challenges faced by students with vulnerabilities. We must work towards preventing any exacerbation of disparities of access to cyberspace and opportunity among particularly youth and children of different socio-economic strata. An existing platform which we may consider in this regard is the International Finance Facility of Education during this summit. This innovative financing facility launched by the Secretary General aims to facilitate addressing of critical needs of developing countries to bridge the digital divide. Finally, Mr. Chairman, it would be worth recalling that the high-level panel convened by the Secretary General on Digital Cooperation termed their report as the age of digital interdependence. With the advent of new technologies from AI to Internet of Things and quantum computing, if capacities are not built up in most countries, we would be witnessing the age of digital elitism. With 40% of the global population still not on the Internet, that is a recipe to surely be left behind. Thank you.
Thank you, Sri Lanka.